And now stay tuned for a special sneak preview of the brand new motion picture, The Brady Bunch Movie.
And I are going to make out.
And no, there's more to that. Finish that line.
Scott and I are going to make out our wish list for this week's sub-region basketball tournament.
That's right, and you better believe our Cobb County basketball teams are at the top of that list. So let's get things underway, starting it off with Wheeler at Marietta.
And we'll get to see how the Wildcats and the Blue Devils make out.
Marietta was at home in the Garden, trying to put an end to Wheeler's 14-game winning streak. And number 24, LeBron Mitchell, did his part with the putback off the Travis Zachary miss. Then it was Mitchell again, cleaning up the missed layup for another 2 points. Despite Mitchell's performance, Coach Lipscomb and his Wildcats once again dominated with play like this. Sharif Abdur-Rahim and Santez Kindred combine for the steal. Then Sharif deals D.A. Lane the behind-the-back pass as he scores on the reverse lay-in. Wheeler led by 22. And it only got worse for the Blue Devils as Sharif pulls up from three-point range and hits. Then it was Sharif again, this time a little closer to the hoop, jamming down another 2 points. It was 94-64 Wildcats. The Blue Devils showed some nice teamwork late in the game as Zachary assists Mitchell for the uncontested 2, but Wheeler was unstoppable, led by D.A. Lane, who had 35 points as the Wheeler faithful watched their team break the century mark and roll to 15 straight wins.
We played hard. I mean, we can't cut off the baseline. That's what we've been working on. I mean, we just executed well on defense and offense.
Wheeler takes their 15-game winning streak into the sub-region tournament and will play either Cherokee or Pope on Wednesday.
Big game number 2 in 6 Quad A. Mike Pavlak and his Lassiter Trojans host the Walton Raiders. Now, the Trojans' 44 sub-region game winning streak just recently came to an end, so they're looking to start a new one, this time against Walton. Here's big game number 2. This Valentine season, Paula Wandell had her heart set on beating Lassiter, where she used to be a JV coach. Here, Alicia Griffith's pass is picked off by Courtney Crowther, who sets up an easy 3 for Tammy Brown. Brown led Walton with 23 points on the night. She was solid from the three-point line, and here Brown brings her Raiders to a 37-37 tie at the end of the third. Alicia Griffith with a nice pass to Erin Bath, who sinks an off-balance 2. Bath contributed 12 points for the Trojans. Here, Lisa Balsey puts in 2 more, and Lassiter leads by 3. Not for long. Julie Delvin puts in 2 of her 9 on the night, and soon enough it's tied again. Lassiter fans try to rattle Tammy Brown at the line, but she sinks both of her free throws, and Walton pulls ahead. With 30 seconds left, Alicia Griffith narrows Walton's lead by 2. With the clock ticking, the Raiders move quickly down the court. Lucinda Jordan feeds it to Courtney Crowther, who puts 2 more points on the board for the Raiders. With 3 seconds left, Lisa Jackson banks in 2 as the buzzer sounds. Jackson's shot counted, but the Trojans still ended up 3 points short of a victory, and Paula Wandell got her Valentine wish.
Yeah, I think our defense needs to stay where it is now, and our foul shots were pretty good tonight, so that's a plus.
It's a plus going into the sub-region tournaments, knowing you've beaten one of the toughest teams in the state. Well, as we continue our special Valentine's Day episode, we'll take a break from the heart-stopping basketball highlights and move to this week's feature story. We're going to put the spotlight on an Etowah student who is the self-proclaimed biggest War Eagle fan on this planet. Tonight, you'll meet the man who makes Etowah opponents shudder and strikes fear into the hearts of administrators. You're looking at a group called the Etowah Zonies. You can find these die-hard fans at War Eagle sporting events under the organization of Chris Mickelson and his buddy Adam Heiser.
These group of guys are the best fans any school can ask for. Especially these 2, right here. This is Chris Mickelson. Awesome.
Me and the gentleman to my right have never missed a football game, basketball game, and we plan on not missing any baseball games. We are the proclaimed super fans of Etowah. I've been here for 4 years through thick and thin. I've seen losers, I've seen winners, and I still smile and I still raise a bunch of heck.
Whereas most fans are content with cheering loudly in the stands for their team, Chris and Adam believe their dedication to Etowah goes beyond such plain patriotism.
air horns, silly string, toilet paper. I believe that I went through 23 cans of silly string this year. I bought 40 rolls of toilet paper. Yes, I did use up an entire can of silly string on the Pope mascot at the region playoff game. And I believe I did steal Chattahoochee's Cougar's head, her mascot's head. Wore that around for a while. We're nuts.
They're really crazy. They keep our spirit up.
See, I've only been kicked out of about 2 games, so that's a pretty good record.
We got the best fans in the world. These are the best fans we've ever had at Etowah because we got the best. We're doing the best we've ever done, thanks to our new coaches and all kinds of stuff. And, hey, man, we're just going to kick some butt.
Chris, Adam, and the Zonies may be coming to a game near you. If you're an opposing mascot, keep your eyes peeled. And if you're a cheerleader, guard your pom-poms. No telling how Chris and Adam will choose to show their Etowah pride next. Well, if there's a bigger Etowah sports fan out there, sorry, we just couldn't find you. But we can definitely find out what's coming up next. Scott?
Thanks, Ann. Coming up next, we'll have Cobb County's only wrestler/anchorman as this week's Scholar Athlete. You'll fall head over heels for the Walton Raiders soccer team in this week's Soccer Report. And Bob Giles kicks back to give you all the latest in Cobb County sports straight ahead.
Your high school career is ending with no college prospects in sight, but you still want to play. A few schools probably would offer scholarship money if they knew who you were. You need someone who can get the word out, someone who can put your name in 100 places at once. Recruiting services get you noticed. North American Sports Scouts is a local company with national contacts, and finding scholarship money for athletes is what they do. Do you still want to play? Call Prep Rally or North American Sports Scouts for more information.
When you order our hot wings at Buffalo's Cafe, we provide you with one of these. Of course, when you order our extra hot wings, we suggest you bring one of these. Buffalo's Cafe. Nothing fancy, just good food.
Community pride comes in many forms. You can see it in your children. You can feel it on Friday nights in front of your friends and neighbors. Or you can show it in ways that aren't so plain to see. Showing pride in your community is something you want to do, but never something you have to do. At Cobb American Bank, we feel that pride. We think it means supporting our local residents and schools. After all, if you're investing in us, then we need to invest in you. Keep your money in a bank that shares your pride in East Cobb. Cobb American Bank, member FDIC.
Introducing the Hair Pizzazz haircut. Yeah, that's the ticket. Possibly, maybe, I give up. Yes, Hair Pizzazz. Put some pizzazz into your hair.
Play ball, Cobb County. Pro Sports is ready to meet your Little League needs with 21 years in the big leagues. Get your gloves and a huge selection of bats and accessories at Pro Sports. Hey, nobody's striking here. Shop with the pros with 2 locations, including Shallowford Road in East Cobb.
Tonight's Scholar Athlete of the Week is brought to you by the Huntington Exam Prep Center in Marietta. SAT instruction at Huntington is always guaranteed. Be proud of your SAT score. Call today.
McEachern wrestler Greg LaCroix has maintained a 4.0 GPA all 4 years of high school. But when Greg doesn't have his nose in the books, he's got it in front of a television audience. It's lights, camera, and action as our Scholar Athlete produces and co-anchors McEachern's morning TV show.
We want to take the show is to get it the best that it can be. I mean, we've improved a lot since my freshman year. Has gotten a lot better. So we just keep improving every week. Try to do more things, more graphics, so we'll just try to make it better every week.
Greg is shooting to become a famous sports anchor someday, so he'll study communications in college, and of course he wants to continue wrestling.
Right now I'm kind of in the running for going to West Point. I talked to the wrestling coach at West Point, and he keeps calling me, so I have a pretty good chance of going there. Oh, this is my favorite show tape of all time. This is when I won state last year at 103 pounds.
We're sure you'll be a great wrestler in college, Greg, and good luck on that sports anchor career. Hey, give us a call when you graduate from college. Best of luck.
Well, that's another Scholar Athlete in the books, which brings us up to this week's Indoor Soccer Report. Well, actually, it's supposed to be just the soccer report, but last week's cold weather either stopped practice altogether or forced the teams inside. So that's where we caught up to one of Cobb County's premier soccer teams, the Walton Raiders. Cobb County has grown to be one of the best soccer counties in Georgia, one reason being the Walton Raiders. With a strong tradition and a great coach, the Raiders hope to again contend for the state title.
We should be pretty strong once again. We got a lot of seniors this year, about 12 to 13 seniors, and that's probably going to be like the core of our team.
So we should be good defensively, and we returned our starting forwards from last year and are up most of our attacks, so we should be pretty good all around.
Hopefully, if there's not too many injuries or things like that, you know, we should be okay. But it's, you know, it's a very tough sub-region, and, you know, it comes down to one game a lot of times, so anything can happen.
Raiders have great experience, having lost only 3 seniors from last year. This, combined with the players' faith in their coach, can only help their chances.
He's a really good coach, and really works us and keeps us together, and I don't know, he usually gets us disciplined and ready for the season.
To win a championship, Coach Boozer knows it'll take more than just talent and dedication.
You need a little bit of nastiness. You know, like everybody tells me, well, Coach Boozer, you know, your guys are such nice guys and such good students. Well, I'd like to have a couple of players, maybe nice guys and good students, you know, that a little more streetwise. You need a little bit of that in your team.
Tonight's Soccer Report is brought to you by Soccer Plus on Lower Roswell Road. Get 25% off all Adidas accessories when you mention this ad. The complete soccer store is Soccer Plus in Marietta.
Hi, this is Bob Giles of the Cobb Extra at the Buffalo's Cafe at Acres Mill. We'll be back with sports news from around the county and Buffalo's Hot Wing of the Week right after you watch the plays of the week.
The Prep Rally TV show is a great roadmap for financial aid. If you're an athlete looking for college scholarship money, call Prep Rally to get your name to the right people. And for non-athletes, we're your guidance office for hundreds of scholarship opportunities. Call 634-7373 now for more information.
Hi, this is Bob Giles of the Cobb Extra, and we're back at the Buffalo's Cafe at Acres Mill with all the sports news that Cobb County sports fans are talking about. Well, it's hard to believe that the sub-region and region basketball tournaments are already upon us, because it seems like only yesterday that we were tipping it off to start the season. But the so-called second season got underway this week, and it's going to be much shorter for most teams than the first season was. A wise coach once told me that the secret to success in the region tournament isn't who plays the best defense or shoots the ball the best, but who wants the most badly to continue playing. Let's go sub-region by sub-region and see who that might be. First, the girls. In 5 Quad A South, Campbell and South Cobb, in that order, are the best 2 teams. I think they're also the best in the region as a whole, and they should emerge as the region's state representatives. But don't be surprised if Northwest Whitfield from the north side of the region comes on and upsets one of those 2 clubs. Also, expect McEachern from the north side to earn a region berth, but not make it past that. Region 6 Quad A girls basketball is probably the toughest in the state. Evidence of that is the way Sequoia, last year's #2 team in 6 Quad A, went all the way to the state championship. I expect Sequoia to beat Pope for the 6 Quad A Division B title and Lassiter to squeeze by Chattahoochee in Division A. Then look for Sequoia to knock off Lassiter for the region title. In boys play, look for McEachern to beat Harrison for the 5 Quad A North Championship and Campbell to defeat defending region champion Lithia Springs in the South. The tournament shifts to McEachern at that point, and so the home crowd's going to have a good time, I believe, as they watch their Indians whip Campbell for the region title on February 25th. In 6 Quad A, nobody's playing better right now than the Wheeler Wildcats, the defending state champions. I see the Wildcats knocking off Walton in the Division B finals and Marietta downing Lassiter in Division A. Then look for Wheeler to get by Marietta for the region championship, which will be played at Sprayberry on February 24th. Finally, it's time for this week's Buffalo's Hot Wing of the Week. Whoa, hey, our friend Cody's here, and he's going to help us present this award to McEachern's Jamal Bryant, who scored 23 points in a 104-57 rout of Cass and 19 more in McEachern's 85-65 victory over state-ranked Marist. Tune in for another winner next week. I'm Bob Giles for Cody the Buffalo, and why don't you tell us what's coming up next?
Well, thanks, Bob, and happy Valentine's Day to you and Cody. We'll head out to the Marietta Garden for big games 3 and 4, where Cynthia Gruber's Blue Devils ran into a tough Parkview team. Meanwhile, the Panther and Blue Devil boys were running into each other as well. Then hold on to your heart for a very romantic minute, Mike. Love and kisses. Be back soon.
The home of the bands is in a brand new home. March up Sandy Plains Road today to Sprayberry Crossing for savings and selection at Georgia's largest instrument repair facility. You'll still find great instruments from Kahn and Hartley, plus the quality repair work you've come to expect. It's the new Music Dock, Sprayberry Crossing behind Trust Company.
Welcome to the new age of cheerleading. Cheering is now a varsity sport, and now more than ever, it takes sweat to make the squad. American Cheerleading hasn't forgotten that cheering should be fun and taught in a positive atmosphere. They let you set your goal and help you become your very best, and it's never too late to start. American Cheerleading's mission is taking beginners to a level they never thought possible. Flexible enrollment and experienced coaches at one nearby location. American Cheerleading, from the basics to the best.
Larry, where do you think you're going with that?
The oven?
The oven, Larry? Perfect.
At Papa John's, our mission is to deliver the perfect pizza.
Lawless shoots. Goal USA!
Make your dreams become reality with a little help from the Soccer Plus Superstore in East Cobb. Soccer Plus is loaded up for the high school season with shoes, shorts, goalkeeping gear. And check out the largest selection of Adidas hats and accessories this side of Brazil. If you're looking for the latest and the greatest, look no further than the red sale tag at Soccer Plus. And Kahn County's oldest soccer store will take another 25% off all Adidas accessories when you mention this ad. So get it before it's gone. The complete soccer store is Soccer Plus, Lower Roswell Road at Woodlawn. Have you missed yourself or someone you know on the prep rally? Call 634-7373 to get a copy of game highlights, the Scholar Athlete segment, or anything you might have missed. And don't forget, you can always get your own personal highlight tape featuring your best action. Perfect for recruiting. Whether you need 1 week of action or the entire season, call Prep Rally for your best moments on home videotape.
Hello again, everybody. That's right. It's time for tonight's Papa John's Hot Shot Contest. Tonight's contestant is Daniel White from Marietta High School. He's on his way, and the layup is up and good. Now time for the free throw. Oh, what great form. But no, it's off the back of the iron. He's going to get another shot with 15 seconds. Oh, it's in. Three-pointer wins him the pizza. On its way. Got it. Thanks for playing. We'll see you next time. Well, we once again want to thank our Hot Shots contestants for taking part, which now brings us to big game number 3, as the Marietta Blue Devils host one of last year's Final Four teams in the Parkview Panthers. Now, the Panthers had a slow start to the season, but have recently come on strong. Here's big game number 3. Travis Zachary was limbering up for some work in the Garden, but it was the Panthers pulling ahead by 10 points in the first quarter. Ben Power assists Andrew Garr back for 2. The Blue Devils responded, though. Travis Zachary pulls down the rebound and gets it ahead to Darrell Arvin as he lays in 2 points to cut into the Panther lead. Parkview coach Steve Richardson watched his team stay focused as Casey Crowder upends Michael Groves for another 2. But Groves came right back, grabbing some important rebounds to help the Blue Devils fight back into this one. Parkview's Andrew Garback was put on ice late in the first half thanks to a Michael Groves elbow. And as the first half ended, David Noyce drills the three-pointer at the buzzer to cut the lead to 1, setting up a good second-half battle. Ive Chadwick hit the nice jump shot to give Parkview a 52-49 lead. Then it was Travis Zachary at the other end rattling in the three-pointer to put Marietta ahead 57-54. The Blue Devil defense came on strong. David Noyce with the steal. Then Travis Zachary gets it ahead to Dion Glover for the jam. In the end, this game was decided at the charity stripe as the Blue Devils hit their free throws down the stretch. LeBron Mitchell put the exclamation point on this one. He had a team-high 21 points. His teammate Travis Zachary had 17 as the Blue Devils went on to win by a final of 83-75. Marietta will play either Chattahoochee or Etowah on Wednesday night.
We remain at the Marietta Garden for the women's matchup between the Panthers and the Blue Devils, and Cynthia Gruber has the home court advantage, but Rhonda Brown is bringing over a powerhouse team from Gwinnett County. A win for the Blue Devils would be no small task. So here we go with big game number 4. Marietta came on strong at the beginning of the first, but it didn't take Parkview long to pull ahead. Jenny Crawford picks off Victoria Hunter's pass and heads to the hoop for two. You can't even tell she's coming off an ankle injury. Arlesia Davidson played great defense for the Blue Devils, and her offensive game was up to par as well. She led the Devils in scoring with 20 points on the night. Parkview coach Rhonda Brown watches her Panthers pull farther ahead as the Blue Devils relinquish this steal. Jenny Crawford is there to snag the loose ball, and she's wide open to shoot for two. The Panthers held a 24-point lead at the end of the third, but Cynthia Groover's Devils found their rhythm in the fourth. Shakira Cook nails a three, and once again Davidson puts 3 points on the board for Marietta. Davidson and her Blue Devil teammates were closing in quickly during the fourth, but Parkview managed to stay on top of the game with great shooting from the outside by Panther Kim McClung, and these Gwinnett County opponents couldn't be beat.
When we went into a zone, they went into the outside game. When we went into a man, they came into the inside game. And then foul trouble, they went to the line every time, so that killed us too.
Marietta can chalk this up as great practice for the sub-region tournament.
Well, now it's time for the segment of the show that's closest to my heart, and of course I'm referring to the Valentine's Day edition of the Minute Mike. With bow and arrow in hand and dressed only in a diaper, we headed over to talk to the cheerleaders at Pebblebrook High School in hopes that they'd help us put some romance in the air.
I'm Kelly Cordes here at Pebblebrook High School, and today we're going to ask some of my fellow cheerleaders what Valentine's Day means to them, or what their perfect or ideal Valentine's Day would be like. What's your idea of a perfect Valentine's Day?
Well, I want a guy to wake me up in like the morning, take me out to Waffle House because I like cheese hash browns.
Someone to pick me up, my boyfriend to pick me up, and blindfold me and whoa, take me kinky. No, not kinky, and take me somewhere special where I've never been, like, well, Taco Bell, you know, be nice. 59 cents.
My boyfriend Josh will bring me a single rose and some chocolates.
And then a nice dinner and a dozen roses.
And a dozen roses.
And to bring me roses and chocolate and take me out for a nice candlelight dinner.
And candles and roses with that special loved one.
Just a sweet card from somebody.
Brad Pitt, maybe?
That's it.
Tonight's Minute Mike is brought to you by Express Products in Kennesaw. We'll help your organization raise money through custom-made embroidery. Call Express Products for your next order.
That's about it for our Minute Mike. Let's see if you can guess who our mystery trivia guest is.
Hi, I'm this week's mystery trivia guest. My idea of a perfect Valentine's Day is spending time with my wife Kim and my two sons Casey and Trent. Otherwise, you can find me on the basketball court coaching the South Cobb Lady War Eagles. Basketball is certainly a passion of mine, but I also love to spend time on the golf course when I get a chance. I'm truly a family man at heart, so if you know who I am, call in to win.
The Wednesday night trivia question is brought to you by Pro Sports with 2 locations. The 10th caller with the correct answer wins a high school t-shirt of your choice at either Pro Sports location. If it's Wednesday night, call now.
Stay tuned for the Showcase Showdown when Scott and Charlie Hood battle for valuable prizes. And they talk about the upcoming sub-region basketball tournaments. Don't touch that dial.
This spring, in the time it takes to play a football game, the SAT can determine your academic future. The last 11 years of school all come down to one 3-hour exam. So put the Huntington Exam Prep Center on your team. At Huntington, our small classes, certified teachers, full-length practice exams, and personal test-taking strategies add up to your best possible score on the SAT. Guaranteed. Your future is in your hands. Call the Huntington Exam Prep Center today.
Purchasing jewelry should not be scary. It should be enjoyable and comfortable. We have a small-town attitude in that our customers are our friends. We manufacture jewelry. We have extensive knowledge on diamonds and colored stones, and we feel that this better enables us to help serve your needs in finding out exactly what you want. Fine quality in jewelry should last you a lifetime, and it's something that you'll always be proud of.
Serving East Cobb since 1979, Edward John's Jewelers.
Play ball, Cobb County. Pro Sports is ready to meet your Little League needs with 21 years in the big leagues. Get your gloves and a huge selection of bats and accessories at Pro Sports. Hey, nobody's striking here. Shop with the pros with 2 locations, including Shallowford Road in East Cobb. Spirit Wear looks like $1 million, but did you know Spirit Wear can earn your group big bucks, too? Whether you're the principal or the class president, making smart business decisions is a big job. You want to create a collegiate image, and you need it yesterday, but you don't want to lose your shirt either. Well, a stitch in time will make you money. Call Express Products, your answer for in-house faculty wear, spirit wear, and group wear. Express Products has the right program for your fundraising needs, and we're ready when you are. Quality, customized embroidery, and no minimum order. Call Express Products for your next order.
Have you missed yourself or someone you know on the prep rally? Call 634-7373 to get a copy of game highlights, the Scholar Athlete segment, or anything you might have missed. And don't forget, you can always get your own personal highlight tape featuring your best action. Perfect for recruiting. Whether you need 1 week of action or the entire season, call Prep Rally for your best moments on home videotape.
Well, welcome back to Cobb Prep Rally. As always, it's time for our coach's interview, and now joining us is Charlie Hood, coach of the Marietta Blue Devils. Coach, thanks a lot for being here.
Sure, my pleasure.
Last Saturday night, you played Parkview. You beat them out of sub-region game, and it's got to be a good stepping stone as the sub-region tournament comes to play.
Well, they were an excellent team, a good zone team, and we feel like we're going to see some zones in our sub-region, so I think it's good preparation, and a win is always nice, a little mental booster probably.
Well, the sub-region tournament starts on Tuesday. Now, we tape this on Monday, so by the time this is seen, you may have already played your game, but you're going to be playing either Etowah or Chattahoochee. Now, they play Tuesday night. You'll play the winner of that game on Wednesday. How does that affect your preparation for the game?
We've played both teams, and they're very similar. Both are good zone teams. Etowah probably plays a little more man-to-man, so we'll prepare for both as we've prepared all year long. We prepare basically things that we do, and we don't worry too much about who we're playing unless there's something specific we can plan on, but we'll prepare as usual for both of them.
Is there anything that you do differently in that if you lose a game early in the sub-region, you're done, you're going home? How do you have to do anything different mentally with your team as far as, hey, we need to win this game?
Well, I think that's why some of the early season tournaments are important, because you get the tournament atmosphere is a little bit different in that, if you lose, you got to play a consolation or something like that in the Christmas or a Thanksgiving tournament. But here, there's no consolation. If you lose, you're out, particularly in the first 2 rounds. So it's a little pressure, and that's what makes basketball exciting, and particularly the tournament time.
How far do you think you can take your team? It's a tough sub-region. You got Wheeler in there, or in the region. Wheeler's in there. They're one of the best teams in the state. Getting through, if you can get through the sub-region, how far do you think you can go?
Well, if we get through our sub-region and finish 1 or 2, we'll have to play either the 1 or 2 team from our other sub-region, which you would think probably, if statistics go as should, it'd be Wheeler or Walton. Right. So we'd have to beat one of those teams to go to the state tournament, and that would be a handful, because both would have excellent, Wheeler's won 17, 18, 15 in a row or something, and Walton's won 14 or 15, 16 games or something, and they're both ranked in the top 10. It'd be a tough task, but, it's just exciting.
Thanks a lot, Coach, for taking the time to join us. Sure. We really appreciate it, and we wish you the best of luck in the tournament. And thank you, Cobb County, for tuning in, and we'll be here again next week with 8 sub-region games. Remember, here are our show times: Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday nights at 7 o'clock. That's on Wametco Cable Channel 2. We're also on Summit Cable Channel 5 on Wednesday and Thursday nights at 7 o'clock and Fridays at 5:30. See you next week. Thanks for watching.
The Prep Rally TV show is a great roadmap for financial aid. If you're an athlete looking for college scholarship money, call Prep Rally to get your name to the right people. And for non-athletes, we're your guidance office for hundreds of scholarship opportunities. Call 634-7373 now for more information.